This is my first time ever editing, doing music, filming, the whole thing, yeah. And I did it all on a really crappy phone that kept dying every 20
On a
minutes.
phone? What was the phone?
It was an iPhone, but it's a really old iPhone.
Yeah, it's an old one, eh?
Yeah.
It just goes to show with like editing and lighting, you can and proper narrative, you could make something amazing from very little. You've written poetry before, like
yeah,
spoken word.
this was an older poem I wrote, but yeah, I've written a lot of poetry.
Wow. Dancing. You dance.
I love dancing. I wouldn't say I'm a dancer, but I dance alone in my room all the time, and I love it.
That was such an important element in the film. I mean, it was very emotive. It conveyed what words cannot sometimes.
Yes, I agree.
It was just beautiful. There was so much going on there.
For life at this moment, I just want to leave behind. I want to escape from this pain that emanates in my brain.
And being so vulnerable with your voice near the end, almost like crying. I mean, and you put yourself out there for everyone. It was just silence. And I knew it was gonna be this month's favorite. And it was I can't take favorites. It's my favorite. So I am very excited to see where you go from here, and if you do more visual poetry and these beautiful substantial themes. What was the message?
The message, it was really just, honestly, when I write my poetry, when I act, when I create in any sort of form, it's me just releasing everything I feel inside and getting it out there. I find that art is the most healing, most powerful, beautiful thing in this entire world, and I wouldn't be here without it. So.
See, this is what it's about. This is what filmmaking is about. It connects. It starts conversations. It makes us feel less alone, and it helps us discover things about ourselves.
Yes.
I'm so scared if I fall, and I'm terrified if I resist. But the compulsions are on my mind like the scars are on my wrist. So how do I let go when it's written in my brain that until I let go, I will be in this pain?
That's not an easy shot to get well when you want to shatter something like you. Like, did you get that in just the one chance?
Yes, I had one play. Because it was a whole trek to get to where I wanted to get. So I, with my tripod and the one plate and the.
It felt like that, but it was so well done.
Thank you so much. Though it was a little dark, a lot of my poems are a lot darker, a lot more personal. I know I'm young, but I've been through quite a lot in my life, and yeah, this was one where I was like, I felt like I could start here instead of like the more recent ones that have been a little bit more tough. And
Did you feel like you were very self-conscious when you were recording these emotional moments?
As I was recording?
Yeah, were you able to like let go completely?
Yeah. I honestly, I didn't feel self-conscious whatsoever. I feel like in my normal life, I don't let myself feel a lot. Like it's just a thing for me. But when I act, I'm able. It's a freeing. It's a place where I can just release emotions that I don't release in real life.
Wow, that's so fascinating because I feel the same way about dancing. I have a phobia of dancing. I cannot dance, but I can dance on camera. Because part of me is acting / not acting. There's something there to explore on both sides. I think.
But if letting go means giving in, there's just no way that I can win. So the next time the clock chimes, I won't hear a thing.
This is about you and what you have gone through in your own personal experience.
Yeah.
And you were in a very dark place at that time.
Yes.
Are you feeling better now? And having shown this and created this film, has that helped you to feel better?
Yes. Thanks for that question. Yes, I am doing so much better. At the time I wrote this poem, I was in recovery, but yeah, I don't know how I'm here. I was in a really bad place, and not just with the stuff I wrote for this poem, but sorry if I'm getting too vulnerable. I like being vulnerable.
No. This is a stage for
and
it.
not just about this, but yeah.
Can I hug you?
Yeah, of course.
My lovely heart is just you're loved and you're needed always. And I'm always here if you need somebody.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, because we have the conversation, we start the conversation, we disarm people, I think. Not to make it about me, but we're along the same lines when we do films. I did a 5-minute film about how it feels like to drown. You know, so, and I got a lot of people in the community reach out to me sometimes, say, are you okay? You need to talk. And I'm like, I am talking.
Exactly.
You know, that's what we do. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yes, I get you. So you got some really good reactions.
That's good. That's what I wanted to
That's
get
what
the,
you wanted.
the twists and
And it dealt with some sensitive themes and subjects.
yeah, it was kind of, you know, but
It's good to have
Yeah.
conversations about
yeah,
it.
it is.
How did you do the scene where she or he is hanging from the tree?
That's actually Tyler.
That was Tyler.
Yeah. I looked at a couple of videos on how to do the hanging. Since we're in the forest, it was kind of hard. Don't worry, it's safe. It's safe. We used so I got a harness. So Tyler was in the harness, and then we tied a rope behind, and then me and Deep pulled him from the tree so that he could be able to hang there, and then we tied that rope to a tree so that we could film.
You look really convincing. Because, yeah, your legs can't move, right?
Yeah.
So you have to, like, completely
Yeah.
suspend it, but you can't move at all. It started off like a serious drama. It had some themes where it was going somewhere, where you thought it was going
Yeah, exactly.
about but it was misleading. It led somewhere else. That was
Yeah.
intentional?
Yeah. So I wanted to make something different, but also be able to tell beginning, middle, and end within 7 minutes. Be able to kind of tell the whole thing. So I think I achieved that.
That's
but
pretty good,
with a bit
yeah.
more time, I could obviously add more things.
Yeah, you
but-
got a lot going on there. A lot of
Yeah.
stories, little stories happening, more development.
It's your debut?
Yeah, this is my first written directing.
Yeah.
Awe-inspiring, incredible debut. I want to know how you got that shot.
The twisting one, eh?
The reveal shot there.
Yeah, so that one, me and John, my DOP, we were supposed to have where someone would just walk by and they would just see me kind of there. So then we were like, okay, that's too much work and we're running out of time, so let's try and see if we can, find something else. So I was hugging her, and then John would go around my jacket, and then she just ducked out, and then he just continued.
So it really was just one shot?
Yeah, just one shot, no cutting, no nothing.
That's amazing.
Go back to bed, Marcus. Surrey, now.
How did you choose to film this? I'm assuming that the scene where she's crying is because she's abused.
I wanted to leave that to the audience.
Okay.
Do whatever you want
I
with
love
that.
the way that was filmed. Like,
Yeah.
you could really feel something, but you still weren't certain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the audience take that as you will. I won't say something. That's for you.
No, I love the way that was chosen to be filmed.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused, but I love it because there's a lot of different stories happening within the same story. So there's I got a lot of ideas to explore in your future films. Oh, you excited to make more films?
Oh yeah, like I said, I've been writing and my brain I need to write.
But you're a career storyteller, so I'm sure there's a lot of opportunity to do it. And now people know you and know what you're capable of. Everyone's going to want to work with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can never leave us now. Wow. Yes, Ben.
All right, so Chris, you were also in this. So my question is, how did you find it directing while you were in the frame? What was your experience with that?
It's challenging. We'll say that. It's definitely challenging because you're like, okay, is it good? Is it no? Okay, so I think next time I'll have a director and I'll do the writing and writing.
Writing
There's
and
3, right?
acting.
Yeah, writing and acting. Yeah. there's just so many things that it's just better to focus on the 2 and then or just pick one. I do have a question for the
Yes,
audience.
yes.
Did you find that you were able to like the character but also hate him at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so.
That's the first time someone asked a question to the audience. It's
Good
amazing
question.
being here. Very good question. Getting feedback, it feels good, and hope you get to network and talk to people and get to know.
Sure.
What's this that you brought?
So I brought some props because I really took a long time to figure out how to do this picture. I thought, well, what does a scaffold even look like in the 16th century? So I did a bit of research, and I thought, okay, I'm going to learn how to do Blender or Maya and create 3D animation. And then I thought, well, no. So I didn't do that. So I built tried and true miniature. This is one of 3 sections, and so I hand tied, as you can see, I got this from Dollarama, this little rope, and I think all the set cost me $40.
So it's like a miniature in the foreground, kind of like what they did with a lot of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, but I did green screen it, and this thing here, this is the platform that he stood on. It's essentially popsicle sticks and painted in acrylic, and some of it's missing, obviously.
So the question is, what popsicles were they? Were they like chocolate or the orange?
No, you know
cream?
what? These were in a package. They're pre-popsicle.
They're like tongue depressors or something.
Yeah. The beard that Lee Pierre wore was hand stitched in Turkey.
That was real.
Oh, it was in the credits, wasn't it? Yes. Oh, this is nothing new. You're not hearing anything new. There was one scene where the priest is walking. There's this sort of close-up side angle of him walking. He's actually just walking on the spot, and I'm animating the background like the Flintstones because I just didn't have enough green screen for him to walk the length of the. Figure out the angles that I wanted, almost like storyboarding, and then I put whatever background I had of the Sistine Chapel into Photoshop and lit it the way I want. So then when I knew the direction of the lighting, then when these fellows came in to do green screen, I knew exactly where to put the lights in relation to what I prepared for the background.
Yes.
Handmade.
So this is the brush that actually painted Sistine Chapel.
That's right. That was a fortune.
It's handmade with
medical gauze.
And what is that going on here?
That's from a barbecue brush. That's a barbecue brush.
Oh.
I bought digital equipment for the first time 6 years ago. Because I took a 20-year sabbatical. Because I used to shoot on film and Betacam SP, which was the broadcast standard back in the late 80s, early 90s.
So you do a lot of films based on classic jokes. Where does that come from? What's why classic jokes, I guess? I think they're all great.
I think just the challenge of dramatizing. You know, I don't know how to answer that exactly. I just want to make the audience laugh. You know.
And there's a lot of drama leading up to these jokes. So
Yeah. Well, I think
genres.
that's the answer right there. Is I don't want you to know if it's a serious, you know, like in the packages, it's almost looks like they could murder each other at any given moment, and then it just, as you said, is totally ridiculous at the end.
It's like, how can I be sexy? Just do your sexy voice. I'm like, but I can't. You did. Okay, so. That's all I got. I got nothing.
That's okay.
I got a quick question for Natalie, who played the Russian spy. How convincing was the accent?
Tell me what I want to know. I won't kill you.
I don't know what you mean.
I have no idea. I don't do accents. Was it okay? This was the first time.
First time.
Seeing the movie.
Yes.
Wow, how does it feel? I'm sorry. I'm talking to Stephanie here. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Oh, you did good. You rocked it. You rocked it.
Because I remember the scene where you're like, hit me, And at one point you're like, oh, come on, hit me for real.
I know, she would hit me. Like, Susie hit me, just go ahead.
Last Kino, Susie punched Stephanie in the face. And they weren't even making a movie. That was your son. Real life Cooper playing Cooper, saying, Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
What's for dinner?
That is like true. Every night. What's for dinner?
I know, because I hang out with Stephanie sometimes and he calls in the middle of stuff. He's like, what's for dinner? Are you coming home? Or what? I don't know how to make stuff. Where is it?
Mom, what's for dinner? Mom, what's for dinner?
Ruined at the most important, like typical, right?
We were about to have SEX. Right? Is there going to be a sequel? Am I coming back? Do I need long hair?
No.
I can take your part if you need some.
I'll just take your hair.
Careful.
Careful of what?
Is that based on a real novel that you've actually read, or is that just completely made up?
Oh, I read all the steamy stuff.
I'm not hearing a yes or a no.
Yes or no?
A hard yes.
No, okay.
No, I haven't actually. I do read romance novels, but I haven't read one. Maybe there's some similarities, but I didn't take it off of another novel that I read, so it was just my own sort of.
You're
brilliant. Let go. Go.
There are a lot of addictions out there. There's alcohol, etc. But I find one of the addictions that I'm hearing more and more about is addiction to these romance novels.
Yeah, like kind of like Hallmark movies now. It's like a comfort food for a lot of people. It's familiar, it's predictable. There's comfort there. Why people watch reruns of things. So I totally get that. You can turn your brain off and just enjoy the moment itself.
Yeah, you
reading
just
these things.
lose yourself.
Does it ever get really dirty in these books?
Of course.
I don't know. I've never. Does it really?
Matter of fact,
Were you thinking about me that way?
I'm writing a book, and I wrote my first steamy.
That's right. I remember you writing a book.
Let me just say it.
We're using words like man-stick or something, or throbbing.
Too often.
No, because you can't be blatantly obvious. You have to like love joystick or something. I don't know. How do these things work?
Well, you word around it.
You word around it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll definitely read your book. Twice.
I was wondering when you're going to get here. Maybe I'll be in the next one.
Woohoo! Wait, I'm scared. Ben.
What is for dinner?
Whatever the hubby's cooking.
Meatballs. Anyone else? Yes, Emmanuel.
What is for dessert?
You made a film about that. I was in your bedroom.
Did. You
and I was deep throating a banana. I'm really good at that.
I was deep throating your banana.
Oh no. See? It's great. That was good. I'm not a pervert. We actually make. Oh, that doesn't help.
No.
So shut up on your head. Okay.
It was saucy.
It was very saucy. We had chocolate sauce.
It was so sweet.
Oh, it was good.
Should we leave? You want us to leave?
Yeah, my girlfriend's here tonight. On that note, any other questions? You've done a lot of sex-themed short films. Is there something you need to talk about?
Well,
It's not.
I mean, there was Skin Deep and Triple X.
Triple X, yeah.
Yeah, some of them have some pretty raunchy names.
Yeah.
Have you met her?
Yeah. I love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You're the best. Thank you.
A woman thinks she wakes up
Yeah.
and goes out and she feels this sense of something's off and something's stalking her and she's trying to get away from it. And it turns out she was just dying.
Oh, wow.
It's not really sad. It's like it's the one thing that everybody shares.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it wasn't meant to be miserable or anything. It's just the part of it is the unknown and everything else. Like, the fear of it all is much worse, I think, than the reality of it. Once you get past that panic stage and you breathe in, everything's just calm. So I take those kind of life experiences where there's the fear and the things that lead up to it that are horrifying, and then the reality once you get past that part is just calm. I'm doing everything on my phone, and my phone had something set on it, so it wasn't focusing the way I wanted it to, but it gave it sort of a dreamlike quality. The hardest part, is getting a performance from Nanny, because she's not an actress, and she's very gung-ho, but she doesn't know how to do it. So you kind of have to tell her things that's not what you want her to do, but will get her to sort of look that way. Because the times where I'd say, okay, you're worried, it was really worried, like it was like, I'm gonna be worried, right? And, but I started with the final scene, because I just wanted to do it, because I couldn't see anything through the camera. I was just held it down close to her and hoped for the best. And then I'm like doing this, trying to go, keep your hands still, keep your hands still, keep your hands, and then I'm up on my tiptoes. I like the challenge of things. It has given me a lot of different things to practice. I had nice music with discordant music that went in and out and split at the same time. I was trying to layer sounds to create more of a discomfort. So I was trying a lot of things, all the little whispery voices, those were all mine that I had to layer.
Those were yours?
That's mine. So it's my first time doing sort of like a ADR or whatever it is.
Where do you think you're trying to go?
Are you finding that you could really retell a story in the editing? You could really be creative?
Yes, because I've had to do that because a lot of times I don't have the footage that I want. And then you just have to go, well, what can I do with what I do have?
Absolutely.
Like, it's all kind of cool
It's
stuff.
It's liberating, it's empowering. It's going to come to a point where you're only limited by your creativity and imagination.
Yes.
So you could do a lot in the editing. It's highly creative. Dennis, you are such a dirtbag. You're like an entrepreneur.
What do you do for a living?
I am an entrepreneur. You know, I've got this great idea that your mom is going to invest in.
How does it feel to play such a sleaze bag?
That was a lot of fun. I found parts of my personality and just brought it out there. I didn't really practice, but I like trying acting, and then mostly in my own films, because if I fail, or if I don't do a good job, or if I chew up the furniture or whatever, then, or chew up the scenery, then it's not a big deal because it just impacts my own film. So I have confidence to act in my own films, whereas with other directors, I'm still a little bit nervous about it. Yeah.
It's amazing. You're trying new things. Now, three kinos ago, you were singing with Natalie. You were like a country singer, like really sad. Like, who sings in their film? Come on, bravo. Let's take chances and make ourselves look silly.
Do you go to Broad?
Not London, England. London, Ontario. I've got a fishing shack. Yeah, it doesn't have running water, but your mom will love it anyway.
It started off with comedy, pure farce, and then it hit some themes that were really deep and serious. Were you intentionally playing with both genres like that?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, I wanted to do something both funny and serious and kind of see how well they melded together or not.
You filmed this yourself?
I did, yeah. So I've got a pretty consumer camera, and it's got a screen that I can flip, so I can look at myself while I shoot. So that's what I did.
So most of it was on like a tripod when you were...
Yeah, almost all of it was on a tripod, yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges when you do that?
Well, it's kind of like you look at yourself and then you're off a little bit, then you adjust, and you're off a little bit, then you adjust, and you're off a little bit. So I just kind of spent a lot of time going back and forth.
Wow, I recently got a new camera and it allows me to look at my phone, the image on my phone. So that helps a lot. So I'm walking around going, oh my God, I can see. Who needs a monitor now? We have phones and apps and stuff like that.
There are plenty of other fish in the sea.
To you, maybe. But look at me. Look hard. You'll see a woman in her 50s who's got wrinkles, age spots. Someone that men look through.
I wanted to make a commentary on the other side about the whole issue of how you see yourself as you get older, told from the point of view of Sarah's character. And I was kind of looking to explore that more, and I thought my character was more just a cartoonish caricature, just to kind of, so someone she can play off. and explore her own drama about getting older.
He had no idea what I was talking about. I said, because men don't get it. You guys have buttons.
Oh.
We don't have buttons. So
That's-
we're in
yeah.
change rooms or where, and this happens. It's a thing. It's a thing
And you-
where, right? Late, right? Yeah. See, all the ladies. Hey, anybody? Anybody help me in here? So this is a little sweater, one-piece sweater dress I have with a turtleneck and sleeves that I bought because it was super cute, but I never wear it because I can't get out.
How did you get the image inside the sweater? What was that?
So I cut some holes in a box and stuck the camera in there
Alright.
and stuck a really bright light on the other side and then just kind of like uncovered it. And,
It was not very
Yeah.
yeah, just that's it.
I'm gonna die in here.
So I almost see the sweater as a symbol
Oh my God.
of all the ways we feel trapped by today's society.
That's
And
great.
just unable to-
Thanks, Dennis.
That was kind
Do you
of
know
the
what was going
background.
through my mind? Is the designers need to put pockets and buttons on our fucking clothes. So, you don't, right? You got all this dapper shit, but you can get out of it.
But I mean, you did buy it.
Because it has zippers down here, but I was a little tiny, and it doesn't matter.
I recognize the reference. I'm coming to get you, Barbara.
Yes.
That's from. Anyone know that?
Yeah.
That's from Night of the Living.
I'm coming to get you, Barbara. Wait.
Why zombies?
Why zombies? I wanted to sort of tell a story that, sort of poked fun at this whole thing of, like, every iteration of zombies, most iteration of zombies, they're slow, they're lumbering.
Well, they were really
relatively
slow.
easy to
Like,
kill.
if you get caught by one of those, you deserve to die. Essentially.
Yeah.
That's like
So
really
I mean,
slow.
so in most situations, would there really be an apocalypse?
That's
Or
right.
would we just take care of it in an afternoon?
When they started doing the sprinting zombies, that was terrifying. Am I right?
Oh,
Dawn of the
yes.
Dead remake,
Now
it was
that
just
I
like
could see
sprint-
we
right?
would end up in
That's like
apocalypse.
a whole different style of filmmaking.
Are those real zombies? That's awesome. Aren't you scared? Come on, seriously? How dangerous could they be? My 9-year-old grandma moves faster than those things.
You're coming back to the community. You were like taking a break for a while. Were you like incarcerated or something? What happened? Did they catch you?
I
You
spent.
killed people. You thought they were zombies.
Well, see, no. No, actually, I've recently changed careers. I'm full throttle in filmmaking now. I spent the last 25 years in IT, and one laid off too many, and I was like, you know what? I got to do what I love. I got to do what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And now that's all I'm doing. I'm full bore, and
Let's go full artsy fartsy.
That's
Let's
it.
say,
That's
it's a
it.
wonderful community.
Hey!
The zombies were not threatening at all. Is that like a social commentary? Do you want to explain?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was going for. Like I was saying, if they're slow, they're lumbering, they're easy to take out. I really don't. You see Walking Dead, you see all these zombies where it's like, okay, well they just took over, and it's like, would they really? If they're just doing this, But I mean, like in the instance of like the actual threatening zombies that are moving fast, that I could see maybe we're in trouble, but. As a society, but I was just kind of, I was poking fun at the whole zombie genre, basically.
Oh, those are good questions because I rely on you, the audience, to have witty questions because I'm just here for eye candy. Yes, Beth.
That's 5 minutes for high sticking.
The zombies were not really that threatening. There was one person who was threatened that it was going to change their way of life.
Yeah.
There was mentioning of the building of a wall.
There was some, at the time it was done, there was,
What is
a little bit of
this?
social commentary there.
2018?
What's that?
2018?
When did I do that? Yeah, I finished it up in 2018.
Yeah, I picked up a bit of a commentary on illegal immigrants, somewhat, a little bit.
Well, it was there was like the humble, most of the cast were the humble, peace-loving Canadians, and then here comes Harry,
Harry from America.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I know you hoser tops don't like to stick up for yourselves much, but I've come to save the day.
So now that you're back, what's next? What's new? What's coming
What's
up?
next?
Yeah.
Oh man, oh god, I have so many.
Because you're only as
ideas I
good
can
as
do
your most recent film, because that's all people are going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I'm at like 620, and people don't remember what I did last week.
Oh, what's next? I got so many ideas. I've got one called Judgment Day that's like about people disappearing around the world.
Ooh, I love that. Well, make something, and then we're going to show it at Kino, because next month's theme is. No, you're just gonna have to wait. You're just gonna have to wait. It's actually really good. We had a fun time.
Leave
the next month's theme is you. Your film must incorporate Dan. I'm sorry. It's gonna be time consuming.
I don't want to be the center of it.
Yeah. I had a love curse on me. Yeah. And I was supposed to remove this love curse, but in doing so, it gave birth to the Upside Down Man. There's a lot of weird stuff on there. It doesn't matter. Anyways, the next theme. I've made some films where it's supposed to be like emo and people are laughing. It's not a failure. It's fine. No, the cat. I have no idea what the. I'll have more ideas what it is when I write the words and I put it on it. So, what I do sometimes is I have a concept, a feeling, a mood, a tone, and I shoot visuals, and I trust that it's going to come together in the editing and it's going to tell a story when I'm in the editing. I just trust the process, and there's no wrong way to interpret it. I mean, whatever it means. I like that it has no voice, because whatever it means to you, you're right. Because don't ask me, I have no idea. But there is an emotional truth in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And everyone's opinion of the film, they're all correct. They're all parts of me. Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh, thank you. For my films, it's really simple. It's the art of looking down emo. Are you ready for this? In slow motion. Let's be honest, that's all it is. I own it.
That's really good.
It's very good. A lot going on there with very little.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you speed up the film when you do your theme reveals? Because it almost looks like when Dennis and Charlie
they're not at
Chaplin,
all. They're
it
not at all.
almost looks. So comedies
Yeah.
are regular speed and emo is slow-mo.
Well, because I like emo. I mean, I like slow-mo. It's all. The reason this one looked like it was sped up somewhat is because I was outside. It was very sunny, and I increased the shutter speed. So it was photographing faster per second. So it had like a choppy look to it. That's the only reason.
Well,
Then,
and the way you move too.
And the way I move.
It looks a little more choppy. And